What's going on, Facebook? How is everybody? I am here. There's Dory. I'm here in Tampa at the University of Tampa. I'm actually going on stage very shortly here. But I just want to stop and take some time to thank everybody who supported Better With You that just came out today on Spotify. It's been almost 4 years since I released new music, and the day has finally come. I'm so excited, relieved that it's finally out. I've been anticipating this day for quite some time, and I just want to thank all my fans for supporting, for checking out the song. I'm going to take some questions, answer any questions you guys have, and just hang out for a bit. I also have the video pulled up here. I thought maybe I'd play it for you guys and then kind of go through it and explain some of the stuff that happened on set, because it was really an exciting 2-day video shoot that I filmed in Los Angeles with the lovely Danielle Campbell as my counterpart, my co-star, and so I'll go through it. But just want to say what's up to everybody. Hey, Heather Bicknell is a huge fan. Courtney, thank you so much for your support. Hey, Morgan. Tori Fuller is on here. Hey, Tori. What'd you guys think of the video? I'm so pumped. I have somebody here from CMU last night that was at the show. What was the inspiration behind the song? So the inspiration behind this song was at the time when it was written, there was just a lot going on, both socially and politically, and it was kind of a crazy, turbulent time, and there was just it was a little discouraging and disheartening, and I remember just not feeling great, and I wanted to write something sort of uplifting, and my buddy Brandon Burnett, who's one of the writers on this song, he and his girlfriend Molly Moore came into the studio with the first verse of the song and said, "What do you think of this?" And I said, "This is amazing. We need to finish it. Let's write this thing and, make everybody feel good, because I feel like everyone is going through a shitty time." And so we wrote the song that day. We finished it. To everybody in the studio, it definitely felt like something special. And from there, we produced it. And then months later, when it was decided that we were going to release it as the first single, I joined forces with an amazing director named Jo Roy. She's an incredible director from Canada, actually, and she had sent me some clips of her work, and I fell in love immediately. She had such an amazing eye, and I could tell she was going to be a great storyteller. And we kind of banged our heads together for a couple months before we landed on this idea for the video. And the idea for the video was and I'm going to show it to you guys here in a second, but the idea for the video was to sort of show how something as incidental and as small as a quarter rolling out of a woman's purse and hitting your shoe can draw your attention away for just enough time to make contact with somebody you may have otherwise not have. In a nutshell, it's the butterfly effect, how something super small can have such a large impact on your future. And with that, we said, okay, now how can we make that visually appealing and make sense, and also have a 3.5-minute video look like a 5-year relationship, 5+ year relationship, or a relationship that's gone on for a long period of time. And that's incredibly hard to do, because you have to do multiple setups, you have to do tons of costume changes, you have to make it look like you've been together for that long, which thank God for Danielle, who's an amazing actress. We were able to make it look comfortable. A lot of times you get on set and there's that awkward feeling with somebody you've never worked with before. That wasn't the case with Danielle. So there were a lot of puzzle pieces to put together, And it was a kind of a tall order. And you know, Joe, who took the helm, really directed and executed an incredible video. And I'm not just saying this. I really think it's my favorite video I've ever done. And I'm just super happy with it. And from the looks of it, everyone seems very pleased. You know, all the reactions so far have been incredibly positive. I want to thank you guys again for all your support. I'm going to run through the video right now, so if you guys haven't seen it, you can see it with me. And the link's up all over my socials, so if you haven't seen the video, go check it out yourselves. But I'll run through it so you can see. I'll just kind of tell you some anecdotal little things that happened during the shoot, and go over some shots. So here it is, the video for Better With You. Funny story about the beginning here. This woman is actually my manager. We needed an extra in the beginning of the video, and we didn't have enough people in the shot. She's actually back there. But that's my manager, Sherry, who we ended up using her to walk through the beginning of the video. So that's a fun little. Oh, another thing, this cafe here, we actually we dressed to make look like a cafe. We put a lot of seats and chairs and plants. This was just an amazing brick building that we loved the backdrop for, and we made it look like a cafe. This was actually just like a city sidewalk. And we had our background talent here to kind of sell it by, you know, eating a salad and drinking coffee. But in fact, this was just a street downtown that we chose for the location. Don't judge my handwriting, okay? There's Danielle, who I just can't boast enough about. She was incredible. It's really such a different experience when you work on a video with an actress, somebody who's an actor who has worked behind a camera before and isn't necessarily just like a model or whatever. It just makes such a difference, especially when you're acting and you have to, you know, put on a 5-year relationship and make it look believable. So here's Danielle. Okay guys, you ready? The quarter shot. This quarter shot, we shot 100 different angles, 100 different times to get that shot. Just to put this in perspective, because a lot of people don't realize how hard it is to do this sort of thing because it happens so quickly. But there was a camera operator, a focus. So there's a camera operator that holds the camera, and then somebody who pulls focus on the camera. And they're two different jobs, and they're both incredibly important. When you actually look at this thing happening, you can see the quarter throughout the whole shot is in focus, which is very hard. It means that while the quarter was rolling, she had to focus the camera throughout the whole shot until it was in focus all the way through frame. I'm just always, I kind of geek out on this part because it's, a lot of people don't realize how difficult it actually was. But I know I'm better with you. Originally in this shot, I was just vacuuming, and I decided, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna kind of want to man this up a little bit. Does anybody have a beer? And so we ripped a beer out of the fridge, and I held a beer while vacuuming because I just felt a little bit more comfortable. I'm going to explain the effect in a second. The thing that slides across the screen here.
But I know I'm better with you. For every laugh there is a silent cry. For every day there is a darker night. Sometimes this life doesn't treat us right. And I don't know what to do. But I know.
Hold up, you forgot your keys. Wait, she didn't hear me. This was an important scene for me. Whoa, she drops the F-bomb. So just to touch on this section of the video, to me it was really important to show a relationship in its ups and downs. It's very easy, and easily this video could have been incredibly cheesy and corny with, you know, us sort of dancing off into the sunset. And it became pretty clear that that would have been, it was a tightrope to walk. And I knew that if we had a scene or a scenario where we were having an argument, which happens in every relationship, that it would just ring true and just feel that much more authentic. And it was a lot of fun to shoot. We were screaming at each other. I forget what we were actually talking about during the scene. I think she was yelling at me about talking to some girl at a bar or something, which you could never hear, but it sells the argument. And you know, it allowed the video to have a little bit more heart and feel like a real relationship. So I enjoyed this part of the video quite a bit. And then she comes and makes up. We don't have to say anything because I just know she's there.
But I know I'm better with you.
You do the laundry. Your turn. We got this shot in about 15 minutes. We had 15 minutes of what they call the golden hour, which is really not an hour. It's like a 15-20 minute period where the sun is setting. And you get this beautiful light, especially in Los Angeles over the hills. So we shot the entire bridge during that moment. I absolutely love this shot of Danielle here. It's my point of view. She's looking right down the barrel of the lens, and I love that 3 minutes into the song, like that is the point in which we meet from the beginning. I just think it's very powerful. It's sort of like the climax of the video. I bit her finger there once. Uh-oh, steamy. Oh, steamy. Just to explain this effect real quick, because I don't think I went over it, but basically we used a large, what looks like tinfoil, like a long piece of tinfoil, and just swiped it across the lens, or Joe did, our director, and it allowed her later to splice together the scenes where we're together and the scenes where I'm by myself. So you can see I'm kind of by myself here, off to the left, and then we're together to the right. So it was just an effect that she used to swipe across the lens.
But I know I'm better with you.
And there was a lot of debate about this ending. A lot of people thought that we should keep it happy and you should see us kind of walk off into the sunset. And to me, this was just another way to keep it real and authentic and show that sometimes the quarter doesn't hit your foot. It rolls right by, and somebody else picks up the keys and runs after her and might have another 4-year relationship that I never would have had. So that's the whole concept, and I'm really proud of it. So Anyway, I'm going to do a few questions here because we're getting ready to go on stage here at University of Tampa in a few minutes. But before I do, I just want to say thank you guys so much. Again, I appreciate all your love and support. It's been an amazing few weeks getting ready for this release. Yeah, let's see what you guys have to say. Such a cute video. Loved it. Watched it so many times already. Really good job on this video. Thank you, Emily. I'm pumped about it. Thanks for creating amazing, addictive, realistic music about love-hate relationships. You're welks. Glad to see you're back at it. Congrats, the song's amazing. Thanks, Denna. Would I ever come to Indiana? Yeah, I've been to Indiana. Coming to North Carolina. I'm sure I will. I'm planning on touring at some point this year. I don't have any dates yet that I can announce, but I'm hoping, sometime in the middle of this year. Emma, yeah, you're welcome, Emma. I always like getting sort of like, the behind the scenes, sort of the anecdotal moments that happen on set of a film or a video. It's always fun to know how it all came together. Everyone just wants me to come to their city, which I love, and I'm come to New Zealand, Alaska, Indiana. Yeah, I can only be at one place at once, but I'm trying to get everywhere I can this year. Not just domestically, internationally too. So for all my international fans, I hope to see you soon.
I want to support to save, share, and
Oh yeah, so I'm getting told right now by management that if you want to support, to please save the song, share it with your friends, and playlist it, and just play it lots of times because you love it. No, I love you guys. Thank you so much for everything. And I'm going to go get this show done today. I'm going to try and go live maybe on Instagram later from the stage. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Thanks again. Love you all. Happy release day. Bye, guys.